Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another video in the series of how to make a junk journal. Okay, so previously I had made, where did it go? Oh, okay, sorry, golly. Try to be prepared, but no. Okay, previously I've made this journal, right? And this was out of an altered book. It has 2 signatures in it, sewn in, and I used the 5-hole pamphlet stitch. So there you have that one. Be sure to check the link below. I will have the link to the playlist, okay? So what I thought I might do is continue on with this series of how to make a junk journal, and there are a variety of ways that you can make a junk journal. Okay, so today we're going to be using packaging. All right, we're reusing, upcycling, recycling, however you want to put it, and let's just get started. Okay, some of the materials you might or might not need. Scissors, possibly. They don't have to be these are those fancy schmancy Tim Holtz ones. Got them with a gift card. Any old scissors will do. You need an emery board. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that in a minute. I am using PVA glue. It's pH neutral PVA glue. I will put the link below. I happen to really enjoy it. So there you go. We're using a Propel box, okay? I use these because I need to have electrolytes daily. And yeah, so I'm going to show you how I use that. We're going to need an assortment of papers to fill our book and to make the signatures. I'm not sure how far I'm going to go in this video itself, but we'll see. We're going to start with the cover this time. So yeah, an assortment of papers. This came straight out of my scrap box, so put those over there. Then you're gonna need, well, this is the Propel box, and this is how I take it up. Well, I'll tell you how I take it apart in a minute. I have some decorations for the front cover, okay? This is gonna be, I'm gonna make this into the end papers. I made this out of Smoosh paper and an old vintage recipe book, super cute. So we'll get into that in a minute. And then I have, look at this. This is gonna be my cover. And sorry if there's a glare. Not too bad, but if you'll notice, and I'm gonna glare you, there you go, right? Oh, so pretty, pretty, pretty. Now, this beautiful collage paper, excuse me, sorry, came from Jill at Jilly Bean Studio, okay? Or Jilly Bean Studios. Let me just double check that her link, of course, will be below. Jilly Bean Studio. And it is simply gorgeous. I printed it out on my printer and then I Mod Podged it. Okay, now some of you have been asking, I use Extreme Glitter Mod Podge, okay? And as well, some of you have been asking, what if you don't have Mod Podge? What, you know, can you just use glitter in glue? I have never tried it, so I will tell you that right off the bat, but I don't see why you couldn't do that, okay? Just saying. Or you could always get, this is a dollar, probably it's $1.25. Now at the Dollar Tree, you can get these little bottles. They're 2 ounces, and try it, you know, for $1 or $1.25. What do you have to lose, you know? Get out your glitter, your fine glitter, or whatever, pour some in there, shake it all about, and do the hokey pokey, you know what I mean? So there's that. Okay, so this is how I start out. I have my box, okay? I have a bunch of these because I drink this every day. So all you do, and this goes for any box, okay? A cracker box, a cereal box, whatever kind of box, okay? You open it up, right? And then on the side, somewhere, right here, on this side is the seam, okay? So they're all glued together. Here's the seam. You just take that carefully, right? And you pull it apart. You know, you don't want to wreck it, but, you know, just carefully, right? Now you have a flat base, okay? Now what I do is I take this to my trimmer and I cut this, you know, this side off. I cut these down here off. I cut this little flap off, and then I straighten up this little perforated thing, right? Okay, so once you do that, you end up with this right here, okay? Perfect, right? okay? Here is your built-in spine, front cover, back cover, right? And it goes just like that, okay? I'm gonna probably sew in 3 signatures, I think. I don't know, either 3 or 5 even. Who knows? Who knows? But it's gonna be a cute little book, I can tell you that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is take my little emery board. We're gonna put this aside. I have wax paper just to protect my already messy calendar. I just don't want glue all over the place. I'm gonna take my emery board and I'm just going to lightly, you know, scuff the top of this up, okay? Just to give it a little bit of texture so that when I glue on the background, you know, it's gonna stick, okay? So we're gonna do this. You don't need to do all that much. It's really not that big of a deal, but there you go. Okay, so there we go. We're gonna wipe that on our shirt because why not? Or an apron if you wear an apron, whatever. Okay, so now I've already determined on the back of this, here are my lines. I've already determined where's the line? Right here. And then down here I have 2 lines. That's where I wanna line this up, okay? I'm gonna line it up just like that, where the lines are. The reason I'm doing this, oh, we're gonna center it too, so we have the same amount of paper on this side and the same amount on this side, okay? What we're gonna end up doing with this one is we're going to wrap, not this whole thing, I'm gonna end up cutting this off, I'll show you all that, but we're gonna wrap this, okay? Like a little present. And the reason I did the lines to know where I wanted it was because I want it like this, you know, so when the book is folded, it's gonna look like, you know, cut off, but this is the image that I wanted, all right? I could put it anywhere on this paper. This paper is simply divine. So thank you so much, Jill. I really appreciate it. And it was a freebie. Oh, how fun is that? Okay, now the other thing I'm gonna need, or I'm gonna use, I think, you can just use a paintbrush. I use these little spatula things, doesn't really matter. You can use whatever your little heart desires, okay? So we're going to take our glue, and again, I use pH neutral PVA glue. It says on the packaging, professional quality, archival adhesive, dries clear, remains flexible. That is what I want, okay? Especially because we are going to be going right over the spine area, okay? And that is going to have to fold, right? When you're done. So we'll see. We're in this together, okay? This is just another way of making a junk journal, you know? You can make them out of anything you want, okay? I happen to have many of these boxes and I don't just want to throw them away, you know? I want to recycle them. I want to reuse them. And I thought this would be such a cute little, you know, it would make such a cute little junk journal. So that's what we're gonna do with it. If the glue gets tacky, it doesn't matter. Can you use other glue? Yes, you most certainly can. The only thing I would suggest you not use, and this is just from my experience, I have seen many people use it, okay? But I would not, I tend not to use the, what's it called? What's it called? I'm gonna fold this in half just so I don't get glue everywhere. And bring my paper over. I would not use double-sided tape, okay? That's just me. Now I'm flipping this over and I'm looking at my lines and I'm looking at the edge just to make sure. With this glue, you have a little bit of wiggle room. Okay, just to make sure that's kind of on there evenly, all right? As even as it's gonna get, you know what I mean? Okay, so let's get this glue off our fingers now. Okay, now here is my brayer. I like using a brayer. You don't have to use a brayer. Some people don't have a brayer. I understand that. Another thing you could use is like an old Amazon gift card or whatever to just smooth things out, right? You could use a bone folder if you have a bone folder to smooth things out. Okay, make sure all that glue catches and nothing, you know, of course you could always go back if you needed to. It's no big deal. What else could you use? Just about anything. You could set this, you know, overnight with a heavy book on it, whatever the case is, okay? And now this is glued on there. Now let's just see. We're gonna ever so gently, even though it's still wet, you know, but we're gonna ever so gently fold this, and I have not cut off the excess yet, okay? And then we're gonna ever so gently fold this, okay? We just wanna be careful. Now, I might take this at some point to the laminator and, you know, laminate it. I don't know. Never done it. We'll have to see. But that is for another video, okay? Or another book altogether, because I don't know how far I'm going to get with this one. This is, mind you, this is an easy project that you could very easily do in a day, you know, in a half an hour, actually. Now my video is probably going to be longer than a half an hour because that's just the way I roll. Okay, so this is about, I don't know, like a half an inch or something away. We're going to cut the ends off about a half an inch. It doesn't have to be exact. And that's one of the reasons I'm not giving you guys any measurements, okay? No measurements. Okay, so now we're going to do this about the same. Doesn't have to be exact, okay? You just need a little bit hanging over. See, this side is thinner than this side. It doesn't really matter. You just need some hanging over, okay? Now, let's look at this side. Yep, that's how I wanted it. So it's gonna go like this, right? Oh, golly, that's gonna be so pretty. Now, I'll tell you about that in a minute, or I'll tell you about it right now while I'm gluing the rest of it. Okay, it's not on exactly, it doesn't really matter, okay? Now, the first thing I'm gonna do is just take my regular scissors and I am going to cut these corners at an angle, okay? You could do it several ways. Let me draw it with a pencil just so you can see, because it's not gonna matter. You can cut it at an angle like that, right? Okay, like that. Or you could simply cut it straight off. I'm gonna cut it straight off because I think I'm gonna show you how I do it, okay? Now, when I cut it just like 1/8 of an inch away from that corner of the book, okay? I hope you can see that, all right? So we're gonna do that on all 4 sides. They don't have to be exact corner cuts either, you know, it doesn't really matter. Get off there. Okay, there we go. All right. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to just gently, you know, fold over these sides, all right? We're gonna crease them, fold them over. One thing I like about using the Mod Podge, whether it's glitter or not, it doesn't really matter. I just happen to like glitter. And I got that idea from Allison, Sweet Allison at AJ's Inspired Life. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? No, maybe not. The paper is just copy paper, okay? So it's very thin, it's very pliable, it's not cardstock. I would suggest that the thinner the paper you use, the better. That's just in my experience, okay? And you can, of course, take your bone folder to this, wherever it went, your bone folder, right? And get those creases down. This is a fairly thin box, you know, that I'm using. It's not super heavyweight or anything like that, okay? So, I'm just gonna fold these over. All right. Okay, and now we are going to start gluing, all right? Now, I am gonna use this glue again, And I'm gonna use my little squeegee thing. So I'm just gonna put a little bead right there, or not so little, however you wanna look at it. And I am going partly on the box and on the paper itself, okay? Just to make sure that I get the glue everywhere, all right? I need to make sure that, yep, that it is glued down. Okay, now I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna fold it over. Okay, smooth it out. Make sure there are no air bubbles or anything. Oh, I see some air bubbles. Get out of there, get out of there. Let's see here. Okay, let's use this to see if we can get that ginormous air bubble out of there. Okay. So it's not bubbly. We don't want bubblies. Not with this project anyway. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and do this side. Again, I would not suggest using double-sided tape. It's just my experience. I've said it many times before. I'm not sure if it is the climate I work in, the climate, you know, where I live, because it's tropical, it's hot, it's humid. So I'm not really sure if that's the deal or what. I always find that when I use, get on there, I always find that when I use the double stick tape, it ends up at some point not sticking, okay? Through the years is what I'm talking about. All right, now, okay. All right, so we just folded that over, okay? And there you have it. Okay, now, one moment, please. Yes, dear. Yes. It's okay. What do you need? Okay. All right, sorry guys. My husband's making his yummy rolls for his mother. And anyway, okay, sorry about that. All right, now I'm going to take the edge. Let me clean this off somehow. I'm gonna take the edge here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but because I left that like 1/8 of an inch or so, you're gonna crease that right with your thumbnail on both sides, okay? Now let me show you, hopefully. I don't know if you can see that. See, it's a little bit over the corner. Because I creased it right there at the side of the book, when you fold this up like this, you see that corner? You don't see any part of the box, okay? I hope that makes sense, all right? So we're gonna do that with each corner. I'm just gonna crease it with my thumbnail. Crease it, and then like I said, that way when you fold it over, it is not, you won't see the box, the corner of the box, right? And it just needs to be ever so slight. It doesn't have to be big or anything. You know what I mean, Jean? All right, so we're gonna paint this on, this glue on here. My husband got flour everywhere, so he wanted the vacuum, but I can't get the vacuum at the moment, so. All right, I just wanna make sure that I have enough glue without having too much glue, you know what I mean? Oh, and I do like putting Mod Podge on the front. Now, you can put the Mod Podge on before or after. Doesn't make a difference. I'm going to go in the middle here, okay? Crease or push, you know, push down the center there. All right. And then we're going to work our way out, pushing up and out, okay? And there, my friends, is a nearly perfectly sealed corner, okay? I know a lot of you probably don't care about your corners, but I do. I do. All right, let's see here. Okay, there's that. Let's do this side now. Yeah, so he got, my husband got flour all over the floor, which is fine. It needs to be vacuumed anyway, so, but he's covered in flour from head to toe. He's making a whole bunch of rolls for his mom. It's actually her recipe. I don't know why she didn't make them, but she asked him to make them, and so he obliged. They're for like a pastor's appreciation luncheon something, so he's out there doing that. And yep, he's on his own as far as getting a vacuum. Okay, there's my corner. I'm just pushing up so that I'm, you know, sure to get this, you know, nice creased area there. And make sure that this is all flat. And it appears to be. And there you have it, okay? Now, again, see if you'll notice on the corners, they're folded over and you cannot see the box, right? Through. If you, in other words, if you were to cut it right at the corner, you would be able to see the corner of the box, okay? This way, everything's wrapped up and you don't see the box. I hope I'm making sense. Okay, I'm just gonna take my bone folder and go over these little creases here. Oh, I was telling you about the, I'm just gonna take this while I'm yammering and fold it ever so gently, okay? Ever so gently, because now we have two things of two layers of paper, right? Oh my gosh, that's a thing of beauty. Okay, I'm just folding it. I don't want to break it, but I don't think it will break because I have the Mod Podge on here already, you know? Now, and then I'm gonna do the same with this, but I'm trying to make sure. You can get out your scoreboard if you have it, whatever, doesn't matter. Or you can just manipulate it with your fingernails. Okay, and there's that. Okay, and then it's gonna end up looking like that. Isn't that adorable? That is freaking cute, huh? Okay, now we're gonna do the end papers, all right? Now, this takes a little bit more, okay? Let's see. I am lining this up and let's see. Yep, I am making one long piece, all right? Just so you know, making one long piece, I think. We'll see, all right. Now, what I do is I put it on here with like 1/8 of an inch or, yeah, about 1/8 of an inch. That other amount on the corners was like 1/16 or 32nd of an inch, just saying. Okay, I'm gonna line it up so that it has a little bit of, you know, a border, right? If you get what I'm saying. So, we're going to mark that, okay? And I think, and I'm marking it, you know what? Let me do this because I think I want this person's signature. So I'm going to take a little tiny bit off the top. Now this paper's old, so I'm hoping my trimmer does not ruin it because that would just make me want to cry. Okay, there we go. So we're going to line this up here so that it's about 1/8 of an inch. Okay, and then we're going to mark it about there, all right? And then we're also gonna mark it about, you know what? I think I'm gonna do the same on this side. I'm gonna cut this off a little bit, just a tad. Hopefully I'm not cutting it off too much because that would just be my luck, right? Okay, let's give this another go. All right, I'm gonna line it up. Where did my mark go? I just cut it off, Elizabeth. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, there and about there. Okay, so let's do our trimming. Let us do our trimming. Okay. I'm gonna save that, believe it or not, because that is a really cool piece with the writing on it. Yeah, all right. And then we're gonna take this down here, probably out of frame, but there we go. Okay, so this paper ought to fit like that. Look at that. Okay, that looks fabulous. Fantastico. I don't know which way I want it. I think I want it that way, actually. All right, what I am going to do, here's an experiment, guys, okay? An experiment, because I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but I think I'm gonna paint this on. It is quite wet glue, but I like the fact that it is, that it's liquidy, you know? I do like that. It paints on really easily and quickly, and you can get every little bit, you know, covered in glue. And I like that, okay? I'm just spreading it out so that it is a very thin layer, okay? I can even squeegee it up and add it elsewhere, okay? Like, I think it needs more on these corners here. Make sure the corners are good to go. I might have to re-glue that one. Okay, let's scooch this gluey mess over. Let's get our cover back. And I think we're putting it on this way. I hope. All right, I'm trying to line it up. With this glue, you do have a tad bit of wiggle room, okay? It really needs to be slid over some more, so we're gonna peel it up. Oh, look at that pretty color. It's all gonna be okay. All right, let's see. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's a thing of beauty. All right, now I'm gonna take this. One of the things that I really like, I mean, like, is it perfect? No, okay? No, it's not. It really isn't. But pretty darn close, okay? I'm gonna roll this out. Now, under normal circumstances, I would let this dry overnight, okay? Yeah, but ain't nobody got time for that, all right? We're not doing the entire book today, so yeah. All right, some of my paint bits are sticking on that. Okay, see? Look at that. All right, then I can ever so gently, all right? Where's my bone folder? And I can take this. Now, here are a couple things you could do. You could get your scoreboard out, okay? And you could score it along those lines, all right? I'm just gonna take my bone folder and kind of mash it, okay? That's what I'm gonna do. And this is just so you don't get, not that it matters, but so that you don't get a bunch of wrinkles, right? Now, in all honesty, I would wait. If I were you, I would dry this completely, okay? But you would ever so gently close it, manipulate it, okay? See this right here? This is what happens right here when you don't wait for it to dry completely, all right? So we're going to roll that back down, and guess what? I am going to let it dry completely, but that's not gonna stop me from working on the cover, okay? Look how beautiful that is, all right? So there's the inside of it, there's the back of it, gorgeous. Corners are all tucked in sweetly. I have glue, look at those fingers. Okay, glue everywhere, no big deal, all right? Boy, that looks pretty. Okay, I'm liking it. All right, I can see where the cover is right here, okay? And we're going to, okay, yep, I'm gonna let it dry overnight before I fold it and all of that. However, I can see where my cover ends on this side. All right, so this is what we're working with right here. And this is what I decided to do. So I think I'm going to put this here. I'll probably end up gluing it. And then look how sweet that little girl is. She does fit on here, I checked. Oh, that's so pretty, huh? So cute, so cute. And then I'm going to put a, boy, oh boy, do I have glue everywhere. I'm gonna put a quote on, okay? And then I might, at some point when I come back on to put the innards in the book and all that, I will show you if I laminated it or not. I'm not really sure. The thing with the Mod Podge, did I ever finish that thought? I love the Mod Podge. I love glitter Mod Podge. Thank you, Allison. Love it, love it, love it. Let's ink this up before continuing. However, in my climate, it, what does it do? I'm using pink archival ink to edge this. This is a sticker, and this is from Your Creative Studio. Mod Podge tends to remain sticky forever, okay? I still, you know, I use it quite often, but even in my books, I'm not terribly careful with this either, if you didn't notice. In my books, things still stick to this day that have been glued years and years and years ago, okay? So that's the only complaint I have about Mod Podge. However, there is a way to remedy that, and that is to get a blush brush, cornstarch or powder, sprinkle ever so gently, sprinkle a few little sprinkles on there, and then zhuzh your brush around, okay? That will get rid of the sticky. The other thing that you could use is Daddy Van's furniture polish in the can. However, and I'll show you that as well. I have it right here. Sorry for the reach. Let me just get it real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. It is this, okay? Here's my only thing though. This and this is not going to be Mod Podged, right? And so if the whole thing was Mod Podged, that would be one thing, but it's not. It's not going to be Mod Podged, I don't think. So therefore, if you put the furniture polish on, because it's beeswax, nothing will stick to this afterwards, okay? And you have to make sure to buff it out and all that. It's a rigmarole, okay? If you do the powder, you need to wait until the end to do the powder because nothing will stick to it, okay? I'm hoping that these things will stick to it and we will see, we will see. Okay, let's see, there it is. Okay, my glue bottle. In this little glue bottle, I do have, what's it called? PVA glue, okay? I used to use that, oh my gosh, these stickers are such a pain. There we go. I used to use that other one. Art glitter glue, it does not have glitter in it. But this is a sticker, but I'm gonna go ahead and glue it as well. Again, this particular sticker is from, let's see which box. It's from the March box of Your Creative Studio, so I will put that link below. Now my glue is not coming out. Oh, golly. Okay. I just want to be sure that this stays stuck, okay? And that's all. I just want to make sure that it stays stuck to the book. And sometimes by using Mod Podge, especially glitter Mod Podge, yeah, sometimes it can be a battle to get things to stick. Okay, so we're gonna put this, I think, oh, we're gonna center it ish and toward the bottom. Yep, just like that. Okay, love that. All right, so there's that. And then look at this beautiful little girl. I could, technically speaking, I could very well Mod Podge over all of this, you know, but chances are I probably won't. I'm just making this just as a regular junk journal. I have not decided what I'm going to use it for. So I'm just taking my glue and the fine liner bottle. I get the fine liner bottles at on Amazon. I will list them below. There goes my dog down the hallway. He sounds like an elephant. Okay, I'm just trying to get it all smothered, right? All right, now we're gonna put her on. Let's see. We're gonna put her on. Well, we've got to scooch her over a little bit just to make sure that she fits. Oh, isn't she pretty? There we go. Did I finish my thought about the Mod Podge? Yeah, with the Mod Podge, and especially because it's glittered, it is textured, right? So you just want to make sure that everything is stuck down, you know, properly. This is like really kind of a mixture between like vintage-ish, right? And colorful hot mess, okay? This is vintage meets colorful hot mess, okay? All right, now I have these, let's see. Be the one who didn't give up on their dream. I like that one. The long way is not always the wrong way. You don't need other people to tell you what you already know inside. I like that one, yeah. Okay, so these come from desk calendars. What was on there? I don't even know. These come from desk calendars, and I love to use the quotes on my journal pages, you know, you name it, you name it. I love to use these. They always have, whoa, such great quotes. I don't care really if it's straight or not. I just want to make sure that they're kept in order. And I will cut them down. Yeah, I use quotes very frequently. Very frequently. And I got these desk calendars. The place that I would go to get them is Five Below, because they're like $5. And you get 365 days worth of quotes. Or you might try, which I haven't even looked at, but you might try Ollie's if you have an Ollie's near you. All right, I'm not caring, okay? I'm not caring. All right. Is this, you don't need other people to tell you what you already know. Yeah, that's a fact. Yep, that's a fact. I am gonna cut this off a little bit more at the bottom, just so I have enough room, okay? And I kind of put these, you know, not straight, you know? Yeah, I don't put them on straight. I just put them on, simply put them on however they land, really. It's just a super easy way to add a little bit of, like, I don't know, I guess whimsy or something. I'm not sure. I always like adding sentiments or quotes or things of that nature. All right. Oh, I like that. I like that. Okay, so now, wait, I'm gonna start at the bottom actually. Okay, and I'm gonna use this glue to glue this on. So there are many different ways to make whoops, you need to scooch over there, baby. There are so many different ways to make cute, beautiful, however you want to look at it, junk journals, you know? Save those boxes. Who doesn't like small little junk journals, right? Like I said, I don't know how I'm going to use this quite yet, but I will continue with my series of how to make various types of junk journals. And use what you have around, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, for instance, I used a free printable, again, from Jilly Bean Studio, and you can go ahead and check. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Let me just think out loud. You can go ahead and check the video below is what I was going to say. I'm most likely going to do a tie closure here, so I need to make sure that wherever this quote goes, it's not going to impede the closure, which is going to consist of an eyelet and ribbon, okay? But I don't want it to get in the way of the quote, you know? Okay. And then this is the last one. This is a super fun, super easy way of doing, let's see. Yeah, the hole should probably be like right above that. No big deal. No big deal. Okay, I like that. And it's all stuck down. She's beautiful and she's going to be stuck down. I'm not sure if I'll put anything up here or not. What I probably should have done is put behind here like a doily or something, but I don't want to cover up all this beautiful paper, all right? So let's see what we've done here. We've actually made the base of a journal, okay? We made our own cover out of, where'd the box go? Out of a Propel box. And all the steps are this, you would use the same exact way of doing this for any size box, okay? Any size box. Now, let's see. We might be able to, now that this is, it is mostly dry, okay? There we go. And we can close it. Oh, that's so adorable. Look how cute that is. Oh, and I'll put the little ribbon right here and it'll tie right here. Like I said, now that looking at it, I should have put like a doily back here or something. I don't know. I could always put something else up here at some point. It's no big deal. But you decorate it however you want, okay? And this is simply by using one piece of paper, right? In this case, I just used a printable collage sheet, and yeah, then you glue that on, right? And then you flip up the sides, remember your corners, so that each of your corners is covered, right? You don't see any part of the box there. Sorry for my gluey hands. Then I just have, I did a Smoosh paper on just this vintage recipe, right? And I glued it clear across, all right? My suggestion is that before folding it and all that, you wait until it dries completely. Otherwise, you're gonna have some buckling in the corners here, which you're not gonna want. But once this completely dries, it will be nice and hard, and it'll be ready for the inside of the pages. Yes, isn't that adorbs? Adorbs. Okay. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope it gave you an idea or some ideas on just another way to do a junk journal, okay? You don't have to have a vintage book. You don't have to have, you know, really anything except glue and a box and paper, okay? That's it. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. I think this is going to be cutie patootie, right? I might go ahead and Mod Podge over all of this. I'm not really sure. We'll see what happens, okay? You'll find out next time, all right? Yes. So thank you again. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Yeah, have a great rest of your day. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will talk to you all real soon. Bye for now.